Hey, good afternoon, guys. I'm going to try to make one of these videos. I haven't done one in a while. So I was out hunting this weekend, and I got a call from one of my tenants. I have two mobile homes that we rent, and he called me to tell me that his air conditioning wasn't working anymore. And we're in South Texas, so air conditioning is very important. So I told him, hey, I'll be there tomorrow. Give me a little bit of time, and I'll go over and work on it. So what is the issue? So the issue is that the air conditioner inside turns on, but the compressor fan motor outside is not turning on. So the fan on top of the unit is not turning. So I've had this before, so I'm gonna say it's the AC capacitor. So we're gonna go out and test that. So we need 1/4 inch to remove all the screws. We're gonna check our microfarads reading on the capacitor with this multimeter, and we're gonna have a screwdriver to discharge the capacitor. But first we're going to check with the tenant, make sure it's okay to work on this air conditioner. You know, we all lead our private lives, so I always try to make sure that it's okay for me to interrupt their lives. So, but we are going to check to make sure that power is off before we work on anything. So hopefully this helps some of you guys. So we have an old Lennox unit. So a while back I replaced this fan, so that's brand new. So we're going to gain access to where the capacitor is by removing, there's only 4 screws, and we'll take those off, and then we'll have access to the capacitor. So here I have the cover off. I actually like this Lennox unit because I have a contactor and I have the capacitor, and that is it. So we're going to check. We put our voltmeter to read AC volts. You see the AC, and we're going to check power at the contactor here. So we have 240 volts. Now, as long as this, I don't push down on this, power, let me see if I can get this here. Power will not cross over to the other side. So I could simply go about my business and continue to work on this, but we're going to be safe, and we're going to make sure that this bottom power here gets completely removed before we touch it, because 240 volts, that could be a lot of pain. So now that I've removed the power from the AC unit, we're going to check it again. Here we are. We're going to check the power, 0.2 volts. So I think we're good to start working on it. But so what we're going to do is we're going to take a picture, because I have a dual capacitor, so I'm going to have the fan and the compressor that run off the same unit. So I'm going to take a picture of these, and then I'm going to remove them and take it out to the bench. So this one's held by one clamp, so I loosened this screw, and this allowed me to remove this down. All right guys, here I have it on the bench. I actually went ahead and pre-bought one from Amazon, so I just went on there and typed, so I had an old unit Mars, so I typed in this 12295 and 60 plus or minus, or I'm sorry, plus 7.5 for the fan side, plus minus 6% microfarad. So I just typed all that in, and I found this brand, Zunga, and it had, I think at a 5,000 reviews, it had like a 4.8 rating. So I went ahead and got it. It was like $17–18. So I'm gonna say this is the problem, but even if it's not, it's only $17–18, and I saved myself, you know, I think $300 an hour for an AC guy to come out. So first thing that we had to find out is, where's the fan, where's the common, and where's the Herm terminals. So I know it's probably hard to see, but I scraped on there until I was able to find. So this one, hard to see, but that actually says fan, and this one says, it's gonna have them stamped in there. So fan, Herm, and C for common. So like I said, it's gonna be hard to see through this camera, and I'm not equipped here, guys. Sorry about that. That says fan, F-A-N. Herm, hard to see. And this is going to have your common somewhere in there. There it is right there. Real hard to see, guys. But anyways, I'm going to line that up with my video and my pictures, which actually it's going to tell me the color code. But I went ahead and pre-tested. So you're always going to go from your common, your C, over to the Herm and over to the fan. And you're gonna get a reading. So to the Herm, which is the compressor side of it, it's gonna be 60 microfarads, and to the fan side, it's gonna be the 7.5, and they're all gonna be plus or minus 6. Now I pre-tested, you know, just to be ready for this video, and the Herm had 62, which is a little high, and the fan actually had 6.9, and I think our lowest side on the fan should have been about 70.4, 71, somewhere in there. And after I cleaned it, it's actually testing good now. So we're going to test it real quick. And I have you know, a cheap multimeter that I got from Amazon, once again $15. And but anyways, I set it on the microfarad side, and I have my leads in place. So I'm going to try to find my common again. So here's my common to fan. So we're gonna go common to fan, and what this multimeter is gonna do. Sorry about this, guys. I'm gonna set you right here for a second so you can see. What this multimeter is gonna do is actually gonna send voltage through this, and it's going to charge this this capacitor, and it's going to give us a reading. So wait for it. 7.7. And so like I said, that was about 6.9. So this is your fan side, and that's the one we're having issues with. And then we're going to go to the compressor side. Is charging 62. So we should have about 60. So this one is reading a little bit high. Like I said, my main concern is this fan, which is what we're having an issue with, and it was 6.9. So we're going to go ahead and replace it. But I have the one I went ahead and ordered, and we're always going to take a reading from common. I sound like a school teacher. To the fan, and it's going to charge 7.4. Look at that. So that tells us it's good. So we're gonna go over here to the compressor, and it should be about 60, 60.16. So this capacitor is gonna go in, and this one we're gonna throw in the trash. So we're gonna test this once it's inside. Now our temperature in Houston right now is like, gosh, I don't know, 48 degrees. So I don't know if I'm gonna get it turned on. I may have to manually close that contactor to get this to test. But anyways, so 60 for the compressor, 7.5 for the fan, plus or minus 6. So I'm gonna say whatever's going on with this, it was reading low until I started cleaning it, and now it's reading fine. The compressor side shows high, but we didn't have an issue with that. So we're gonna put this in, and then we're gonna see what it does. So stand around for a little bit, and one thing I did forget to do is to discharge this capacitor. So you're just gonna get a screwdriver that has a insulated handle, always insulated. That way, if it does have a charge, it's not gonna hit you. So you're gonna go across the terminal to discharge it, and across the other terminals. And this one's discharged already. So this one's ready to test. Like I said, guys, excuse my equipment, but you know, I'm not a professional when it comes to these videos, and I'm trying. And like I said, I did some research, and I couldn't find a video that, I don't know, so I'm a common person that I could understand, you know, in layman's terms. So we're gonna test this guy and see what happens. So I pre-tested. So we're gonna go from common to fan, and the multimeter is gonna send a charge, a small charge, and it's gonna tell us what our reading is. So 60.62 microfarads is our reading on this one. So common to Herm, which is the compressor side of it, 62. Now we're gonna go from common to fan, and that's going to be the other side, which is that 7.5 we're looking for. 7.7. Now both of these are a little bit high, but I wouldn't be too concerned. But I know in the past I've replaced about 2 or 3 of them on this specific mobile home, and when I came in here before I started working on it, the fan size showed 6.9, which is the issue we're having. Our fan is no good. So we're gonna go to the new one. So we're gonna go common here to fan, and it's gonna throw a charge through it, and it should read 7.5. 7.4, so that's good. Then we're gonna go common to Herm, which is the compressor side of it, and it's gonna throw a charge through it, 60. So I think this one's right on the money. That's the one I'm gonna use. I already paid for it, so what do? You gotta tell my wife I saved money somehow, right? So I can go play poker. I've been playing poker a lot. Seem to be losing a lot. But anyways, so we're gonna go check the resistance now. We're gonna go from common to case. Fan to case. The Herm side of it to case. So that's a good one. Sorry, let me go this side. So common to case on our old one, that's good. Fan to case, that's also good. And then Herm to case. So this unit is not shorted to the case, but our microfarads were reading low. So we're still gonna replace it. We're gonna go back out to the unit. And anyways, if you like this video, follow for more, subscribe. You know, I'll try to do some more of these videos. I just haven't had a lot of time. And excuse my contraption. I'm actually recording from chainsaw sharpener. But anyways, I'll try to work on some equipment to do some actual good videos. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. Hey guys, so we're back out here at the unit. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to recheck our AC voltage to make sure something didn't happen. The tenant turned it on, something happened, and that's the last thing we want. So we're going to double check. So we're going to hook up, and we're still good. So I think we're good to continue working. I'm going to go back through my pictures and figure out what the common, the fan, and the Herm, what colors they are, and then we're going to hook this up. We might have to do some adjustment because I noticed that these guys just a little bit tiny different. Maybe you can't tell, but this one's fatter. So we may have to squeeze this clamp a little bit, make it smaller, but we're gonna make it work. All right guys, so after a couple of minutes, I went ahead and found out once again, because I got lost. So common, Herm, and then fan. And then we went and double checked here. So I found yellow is Herm, purple is fan, and red is going to be our common. And we can double check. We can always double check. So yellow is going to lead into our compressor. So yellow goes down here towards the compressor. Purple is going to follow up, and it's going to go up inside the fan through this PVC pipe here. And then common is going to be our power source. So we're going to go ahead, flip this upside down, install it, and like I said, we're going to have to make some adjustment to this clamp to make it fit. I went ahead and I grabbed my needle nose and I made a bend. So this was straight across, and I have a bend in it. This is hard steel, so it's not going to come off. And now it's nice and tight. So we're gonna go ahead and just use our drill to tighten it down. That's it. So that's nice and tight. That's not gonna go anywhere. So we're gonna go ahead and call the tenant back up, light it up, ops check it. Hopefully it will ops check, because like I said, it is cold, or we'll have to manually trip it. All right guys, so I went inside and we couldn't get it running. He actually, when he took the panel out to change the batteries, and he bent one of the pins. So we bent the pin back, changed out the batteries just in case, and we got everything running. So here's our fan. It's blowing in the right direction. So I'm gonna say it's a wrap. I'm gonna put it together, and I'm gonna go inside and get my tools. You know, I went in there and, like I said, I checked the batteries. I went ahead and changed them, found that bent pin, but the issue wasn't the bent pin. All right guys, we're gonna kind of do a post fix video, I guess. So here I have Lexi. We have my helper. Anyways, so like I said, it ended up being our capacitor, multimeter, drill to take off the screws, flathead screwdriver to discharge the capacitor, and pliers to bend the clamp to the new size capacitor. But like I said, the issue was that the fan outside was not turning, so therefore not cooling inside. The fan inside the mobile home was turning on. So like I said, I've had this issue before, and it ended up being the capacitor. This is like my third one putting in there. So what you want to check is, and I didn't show at the end of the video, is check the batteries on the thermostat, make sure those are always working. Now the tenant did that, but when he put new batteries in it and put it back in, he bent one of the pins. So we fixed that also, which was not causing this issue. So after that, we were able to ops check this capacitor, saw that the fan was running. Safety always first. Make sure your power is off. Check when you leave the job site, when you come back into it, make sure that the power is still off. You know, there's like I said, this is a tenant. They have kids. You never know. The breakers are in the closet, so you never know if they accidentally turn them back on. But anyways, $16, $17, less than $20, and we got them back on the road. And they have AC, but now we don't need it in Houston till probably a couple more weeks. No, we're here in December. But anyways, we could have called somebody. We apologized to the tenant, make sure he was okay with waiting an extra day and letting us fix it. So we work with them, they work with us, everybody's happy. But anyways, we're gonna be doing some more videos. We're gonna be we got a travel trailer now, and we're traveling a little bit, so we're gonna hopefully be doing some of these sites. We did some Florida trips already, and these videos do take a lot of time, so it's hard to do them. So I'm gonna try to do more. But anyways, if you like the way I teach, or just hanging out with me and my dog, Lexi, anyways, click subscribe, and maybe it'll help one of you guys. But anyways, thank you for watching.